8 reasons why your dog is scared of men. Welcome to the Cat and Dog House, your go-to resource for understanding and enhancing your relationship with your furry family members. I'm Susan Nilsson from the Cat and Dog House. I'm an accredited pet behavior professional, and I'm here to explore 8 possible reasons why your dog may be afraid of men, plus how you can help her overcome her fears. I'll never forget the day I was doing some volunteer training sessions at my local dog shelter, when a lady suddenly showed up at the gate with a dear little black dog in tow. Turns out she was returning him, because he was scared of her husband. Little Milo had bonded with the lady and kids, but would hide under the bed whenever the husband was around. The lady was in tears, and I got the impression she wasn't totally on board with the decision. But I felt saddest for Milo, losing out on the chance to live in his forever home for something that could so easily have been overcome. Just like humans, dogs can struggle with fears and phobias, and it's certainly not uncommon for them to be scared of men. However, in most cases, they can learn to love their human dads if given the time and space to build up their trust. Here are 8 of the most common reasons your dog may be afraid of men. If your dog has had negative experiences with men in the past, she may remain wary of them for a long time. Dogs mistreated by male figures can develop intense anxiety and mistakenly believe all men are a threat. The good news is, even if your pup doesn't warm up to every man she meets, she can still learn to trust the males in her family home. The critical period for socialization in puppies is between about 3 to 14 weeks of age. During this time, puppies' brains are like sponges, soaking up everything they experience and filing it away for the future. If a dog is not exposed to men during this critical window, she may grow up to be afraid of them. Our rescue dog, Roxy, spent the first 2 years of her life in the shelter, with minimal exposure to unfamiliar people and environments. When we brought her home, she barked at newsreaders on the TV, her own reflection, and yes, every man she came across. It took several weeks for her to understand that my husband wasn't a threat and was never going to hurt her. Resource guarding is a common and natural behavior in dogs, and it's not unheard of for dogs to guard their food, bed, resting area, toys, and even their owners. A dog might perceive any males in the home as a threat to her valuable resources, including her female caretaker. 4. Dogs are highly attuned to their owner's emotions and behaviors. If you're uneasy around some men, your dog might start to believe those men are scary. 5. Broadly speaking, men and women generally have different physical characteristics and behaviors which dogs pick up on. Some dogs find men's larger size, deeper voices, and even their facial hair to be intimidating. Subtle differences in the way men and women move might be another reason why some dogs are afraid of men. One study found that when moving figures looked more female, people were more likely to think they were walking away. But when the moving figures looked more male, the same observers were more likely to think they were coming closer. Dogs, like humans, can pick up on subtle body language cues. If men's movements are perceived as more assertive or approaching, some dogs might incorrectly interpret them as threatening. This might explain why some dogs react more nervously to men's movements. Cultural factors could also amplify these perceptions. For example, if men interact less gently with dogs, or are often involved in activities dogs find alarming, like rough games, shouting at them, or noisy home repairs, they may further associate men with being scary. Dogs have a powerful sense of smell and often experience the world in completely different ways from us. Male hormones, particularly testosterone, can have a distinct smell that dogs sometimes react to. This can also contribute to feelings of fear or anxiety. If your dog shows signs of anxiety around men, or certain men, don't worry. This is a common issue that can be addressed with patience and the right approach. Start with gradual exposure. Begin by introducing your dog to men standing at a distance where she feels safe. Slowly close the gap over several training sessions, as long as your dog is okay with it. Reward calm behavior with delicious treats or a fun game. If your dog starts to show any signs of stress, take a break. If you're not sure what signs of stress look like in dogs, make sure you download my free Dog Body Language Made Easy cheat sheet to use as your guide, link below. In the meantime, if you've actively recruited some male participants, encourage them to avoid direct eye contact. Staring is often a hostile behavior in the canine world, so can be intimidating for dogs. Instead, make soft eye contact only. Over time, as your dog gets more relaxed and feels safer, let the man or men softly speak to her or gently throw her treats. Carefully watch your dog's reactions. It's always best to stop each training session before your dog starts to get stressed, so you end on a positive note. This leaves her with a positive feeling about the entire process. Always let your dog make her own decisions whether she wants to interact with a man or not. If she wants to interact, that's great. If she doesn't, that's fine too. If she approaches and is happy to engage for a bit, then changes her mind. Let her retreat on her own terms. This is the best way for her to learn that men are not a threat and that she can trust them. Desensitization and counter-conditioning are powerful training techniques you can use to change how your dog feels about something. Desensitization involves controlled, repeated exposures to men, while counter-conditioning pairs these exposures with positive experiences. For example, when a man walks past, immediately offer your dog a jackpot of high-value treats or engage her in a quick play session. Over time, this will help her learn that the presence of men predicts positive outcomes. Always avoid scolding or punishment, as it can increase feelings of fear and mistrust. Instead, use positive reinforcement via rewards and praise for desired behaviors. This way, you can strengthen wanted behaviors without the damaging psychological effects of punishment. Like children with their parents, dogs often look to their owners for cues on how to react in various situations. If you stay calm and confident anytime you're around men, you'll show your dog there's nothing to worry about. Anytime your dog becomes anxious, try redirecting her attention with a favorite treat, toy, or activity. This can help reduce any anxiety she's feeling. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more pet behavior tips. And don't forget to download my free dog body language cheat sheet and other free resources to keep these tips handy. Thanks for watching. Come see us at catandoghouse.com dogs.